Welcome to RCFE Deal Room. I'm Dale Corpus. If you're buying, selling, or investing in residential care facilities for the elderly in California, this channel is designed to help you make smarter decisions and avoid costly mistakes. Over the past several episodes, we've talked about financing, due diligence, negotiation, and how RCFE owners can increase the value of their businesses before selling. And today, I want to talk about something a little different. Instead of talking about concepts, let's walk through a real-world example. Now, to protect everyone's privacy, I'm going to keep some of the details anonymous, but this type of analysis I go through whenever I'm evaluating an RCFE opportunity. The question isn't, is this a good RCFE? The real question is, would I buy this RCFE? And if so, under what conditions? Because buying an RCFE isn't about finding a perfect business. It's about understanding the risks, recognizing the opportunities, and deciding whether the investment makes sense. Let's step inside the deal room. Number one, first impressions matter. Whenever I evaluate an RCFE, the very first thing I ask isn't about price. It's about the overall story. What's the location like? How does the property present itself? Would a family feel comfortable bringing their loved one here? Does it feel clean, well-maintained, professional? Buyers often underestimate how much first impressions influence value. You're not simply evaluating a building, you're evaluating the experience the business creates. Number two, I want to understand the business. The next thing I want to know is what's really being sold. How many licensed beds? Current occupancy, private pay, any government programs, how long has the owner operated the facility, is revenue growing, flat, or declining? Before I ever think about making an offer, I need to understand the business itself. Number three, show me the numbers. Now it's time to review the financials. I want to understand the revenue, operating expenses, payroll, maintenance, insurance, net operating income. Are the financial statements organized? Can I verify the numbers? Do they tell a consistent story? Good financial records don't automatically make a business valuable. Poor financial records almost always create uncertainty. Number four, I evaluate risk. Every business has risk. The question is, do I understand it? Are there staffing shortages, licensing concerns, deferred maintenance, heavy owner involvement, concentration of referrals? None of these automatically kill a deal, but every one of them affects value. Understanding risks allows buyers to negotiate intelligently instead of emotionally. Number five, where is the opportunity? Here's my favorite part. I'm always looking for upside. Could occupancy improve? Could expenses be reduced? Could referral relationships be expanded? Could operations become more efficient? Sometimes the best opportunities aren't perfect businesses. They're good businesses with room to grow. Number six, what would I verify during due diligence? If I move forward, here's what I'd verify. Financial statements, licensing, occupancy history, staffing, vendor agreements, inspection reports, policies and procedures. The goal of due diligence isn't to prove the seller wrong. It's to confirm the information you've been given. Trust, but verify. Number seven, would I buy it? Now we arrive at the biggest question. Would I actually buy this RCFE? The answer is maybe, and that's an important lesson because it isn't a yes or no decision. It's often yes if the financials are verified, yes if staffing remains stable, yes if due diligence confirms what I've been told, yes if I can agree on fair pricing and reasonable terms. Sometimes great businesses become poor investments because buyers overpay. Sometimes average businesses become excellent investments because they're purchased wisely. Every deal is different. One mistake new buyers make is looking for a simple checklist. There isn't one. Every RCFE has a different owner, different financials, different staffing, different history, different opportunities. That's why every deal deserves its own analysis. Now, here's today's deal room tip. Never ask, should I buy this RCFE? Instead, ask, what would have to be true for this to become a great investment? That question completely changes how you evaluate opportunities. If I could leave buyers with one thought, it would be this. Don't fall in love with an RCFE, fall in love with the process. Because when you have a disciplined process, you make better decisions, avoid costly mistakes, and eventually you'll find the right opportunity. If there's one thing I hope you take away from today's episode, it's this. Experienced buyers don't make decisions based on emotion. They make decisions based on preparation. They gather information. They verify the facts. They understand the risks. And then they make thoughtful investments. If you're considering buying an RCFE here in California and you'd like help evaluating an opportunity, I'd be happy to have a confidential conversation. Even if you're just beginning your search, learning how to evaluate an RCFE today can save you from expensive mistakes tomorrow. Even if you never work with me, I hope these videos help you make better decisions. That's why I created RCFE Deal Room. If you'd like additional educational resources for RCFE buyers, sellers, and investors, visit simplifyseniortransitions.com/RCFE. There you'll find educational videos, tools, and my free RCFE buyers due diligence checklist to help you navigate the California RCFE market with confidence. If you found today's episode helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe. And here's something I'd love to hear from you. What would be the very first thing you'd evaluate before buying an RCFE? Leave your answer in the comments below. I read every comment, and many future episodes are inspired by your questions. Next time, we'll tackle another question I hear all the time. How much is your RCFE really worth? Thanks so much for watching. I'm Dale Corpus, and I'll see you next time here on RCFE Deal Room.